The marriage of Tiana and Naveen not only transformed Tiana into a princess, but also brought them back to become humans. But with that return to form, would that mean that they would go and take the throne in Naveen's home? It seems that together, Tiana and Naveen were working together to bring Tiana's dream of running her own restaurant into a reality. So the question is, would they ever rule Maldonia? Today, we're gonna get to the bottom of this question. Hello, I'm Isaac from Wotso Videos, where we discuss fun topics for fun people. I'm focused on spreading magic by discussing Disney, so if you are new here, consider following my adventures on Instagram and subscribing. I just got back from a week-long trip to Walt Disney World, so you better believe I have a lot of magical memories and moments to share. I'm back in the Wisconsin tundra, which is a little sad, but you know what? I've got lots of adventures coming up in my life, and I know that. And one that I really want to experience is the Disney Cruise Line. I think being able to have unlimited food along with fantastic shows and being able to explore Disney's private island, Castaway Cay, sounds like a wonderful vacation, especially since Tiana has her own restaurant on the Disney Wonder. This dining experience has Louisiana-inspired food, iconic jazz, and tons of Princess and the Frog touches, which also, of course, features Tiana herself. Since there is so much focus on Tiana making this dream of creating her own restaurant into a reality in her story, I think it just makes so much sense that, much like Gusteau's restaurant came to life in Disneyland Paris, that Tiana would have her own come to life on a Disney cruise. Tiana's plan was never to become rich, royal, or wealthy. I'm sure all of that seemed pretty nice since she came from very humble and poor beginnings, but that wasn't really the focus of what her dream was meant to do. She wanted her daddy's dream of creating a restaurant to come to life. Tiana was a practical woman, so of course she had to make sure that her business was going to be sustainable and able to grow. But that wasn't the true goal behind it all. Of course, the idea of being able to discuss Disney and earn a living is so exciting to me. But there's also a much more important mission of being able to spread magic like Disney was able to do for me for so many years in my life. And so seeing Tiana work so hard to make the thing that she cares about so much come to reality just means so much, and it's so motivating to watch her journey come to fruition. In my podcast, Following Dreams, I try to do just that and show the true life stories of people who are pursuing their passions and following their dreams. And most recently, I talked to Nara Yun, who worked on animating characters in Frozen 2. But the problem for Tiana now is that she is a princess. The whole reason she became a human again was because she went through that transformation first. But will she ever have a crown on her head that allows her to rule over Maldonia? Maybe the reason Tiana and Naveen have been able to spend time working on Tiana's restaurant is because when Naveen was cut off, he was removed from the line of succession. It could be the case that he was disinherited from the throne.
My parents are fabulously wealthy, but they cut me off for being a lead.
Through all of his selfish acts and through all of the extravagances that he undertook, maybe his parents not only removed his access to their wealth, but also his connection to being a part of the leadership of Maldonia. Naveen was quite the freeloader who never even understood how to do basic activities like learning how to cook for himself. That hits a little close to home. Ugh. If you saw the amount of frozen taquitos I ate in a single year, you'd be shocked.
Close to home.
Yeah. The sad truth is that Naveen's parents were very busy running the kingdom while he was growing up, which is why the servants were the ones who read him stories when he was a child. They clearly did care about him, but also didn't take a super active role in his life. It's kind of weird that they judged him so much for using the luxuries they had provided to him while also not having a super deep connection with him because they were able to just push all of that off. I think in a way they contributed to him becoming the way he was, which might contribute to why they were starting to really regulate him when he became an adult. When the king and queen became fed up with his lazy, partying, insane antics, they made sure that he was cut off from the inheritance. Because of how much shame he brought upon them, they removed him from having a deep connection to the wealth their family had. And it's possible that they also disinherited him from the throne. But if that was the case, would they have really went and supported Naveen and Tiana at their wedding and at their restaurant? Wouldn't something like removing their firstborn from the line of succession be something that would be very difficult to amend? I do believe that Naveen would be able to apologize for his mistakes and come back to his parents with loving arms. After all, if they decided to cut him off based on that they loved him instead of that they despised him, then of course that was the whole point of him going on this journey. But if they still desired to support him, then maybe they didn't go to that extreme of removing him from the crown. Maybe the point of his parents distancing themselves financially was meant to get him on track to rule someday. Maybe they had hoped that their son touring America on the SS Bee's Knees was going to ensure that he was reset and humbled by his experiences. By the time he got to New Orleans, he would either have to find a job or marry rich. So either way, he would have to give something up to ensure that he would be able to continue to survive. Maybe they had faith in their son that he would be able to make the right decisions to become a wise ruler someday. They do attend his wedding and go to Tiana's palace to eat, showing that they do still love him. It seems even more likely that Naveen and Tiana might go and rule Maldonia when we see Tiana wearing a crown at her wedding and at her restaurant. Only the truth is that the crown that she wore on her wedding day was not hers, but was borrowed from the queen. In the storybook, Something Old, Something New, we see what happens building up to Tiana's wedding, and eventually find out that the queen lent Tiana that crown because that was the one that she wore on her wedding day to the king. If Tiana doesn't even have her own crown, and they aren't going to Maldonia to learn how to rule, then maybe they just will never ascend to the throne. But I don't think they won't rule because of Naveen's parents. While all of the possible reasons as to why Tiana and Naveen haven't taken on any royal responsibilities yet could be possible, I think that Naveen permanently gave up the throne when he met Tiana. Maybe after being cut off and finding meaning in Louisiana, he just gave up everything that he had known. Maybe he abdicated the throne. Now, if you aren't someone who lives in a monarchy or someone who hasn't seen The Crown on Netflix yet, abdicate means to renounce the responsibilities of a monarch or a position of leadership. And I think this makes perfect sense with how Tiana and Naveen's lives have developed together. Naveen showed Tiana that she had to find love in her heart as she pursued her dreams.
My dream wouldn't be complete without you in it.
And Tiana showed Naveen that there were more important dreams than riches and women to strive for.
Tiana, I love the way you light up when you talk about your dream. I promise I will do whatever it takes to make it come true.
Their priorities absolutely shifted when they came together. Becoming a wealthy king is no longer what Naveen wants. He wants Tiana to be happy, and Tiana wants him in her life. So maybe Naveen gave up his throne and bestowed it instead to his younger brother, Prince Ralphie, who I would love to know if you think should end up with Charlotte in the future. It would be kind of cool for Tiana and Charlotte to be sister-in-laws, but at the same time that would have to be a long ways off since, Charlotte and Ralphie have a bit of an age difference. And if that ever happened, Tiana and Charlotte would both be princesses, but they would both have different responsibilities. Tiana is a princess who continues to live and forge her own life. This is because Tiana is a princess who seems to continue to live and forge her own life. Tiana doesn't leave Louisiana. She goes and follows her dreams and opens up her restaurant, Tiana's Palace, which I just realized when I was researching this video was not named Tiana's Place. Contrary to what her father wrote on the picture she had and the restaurant on the Disney Wonder, Tiana's restaurant was eventually named Tiana's Palace, likely to showcase her new royal status. And honestly, I'm really proud that she changed the name because it shows that she's able to create something that's regal, elegant, and wonderful for the world to experience. In classic Tiana fashion, she doesn't go and inherit a kingdom, but instead creates a palace for herself. She has used her hard work and determination to restore a part of Louisiana for her community, where all desire to come and dine with her. Even though Tiana is a princess, I don't think that her and Naveen will ever go and rule Maldonia. I think Naveen abdicated or will abdicate the throne to his younger brother to show us that you don't have to inherit a place to become royalty. Instead, we learn that through hard work, you can make the dream and the goals you seek come into reality when you find what you truly need in your life. So will they ever rule Maldonia? I think they're going to stay put in New Orleans, surrounded by lovely people, jazz, and good food, so they can let their good times roll in the kingdom they built for themselves. If you ever need assistance booking yourself a trip to one of the happiest places on Earth, such as Disney parks or Disney Cruise Lines, definitely consider contacting Wotso's Magical Vacations, a division of the Vacationeer travel agency, as we can help you with every step of the journey on your way to create wonderful memories and no extra cost to you. And if you'd like to stay up to date with everything I create, make sure to click that subscribe button and the beautiful bell if you're new. Thanks for watching, fun people, and of course, have a magical day.